So welcome, everybody. Good to see you. Yay, Kirsten, Ludo. Wonderful. I've seen your names. People are getting on. Here we are at the beginning of this hour together. So you're just settling in here, and who knows what can happen in 1 hour. Insights. Take a second. Without any expectation, without any demand, but we're wondering because we notice so well. Wow. Disturbance. And we want to look. If you're like me, some part of you doesn't want to look. You just wish it wasn't there, want to get rid of it. Why can't it go away? Those feelings of discomfort, trouble. But another part really wants to look. Love to see. Wants to be open to anything. Feels so willing to see all that disruption, where we feel concerned, where we feel like that shouldn't be the way it is. And oh, so easy to see. I am suffering, and I need that thing that I'm seeing that appears before me to change. Then I'd be better. And how difficult that is, because then we're dependent. So Byron Katie says in Loving What Is, let your feelings tell you when the first lie begins. And pretty powerful words. What is she saying? Feelings are like a sensor, an indicator, something that's tuned in to awareness that I'm believing something that may not really be true for me. And it doesn't mean just whip away from it and not look. In fact, it might be inviting us in. Here's something I'm really curious about. This is a thing. She says, let your feelings tell you when the first lie begins. Then inquire. Otherwise, you get lost in the feelings and in the stories that lead to them. And all you know is that you hurt and that your mind won't stop racing. If you inquire, you catch the first lie through noticing your feelings. And you can actually just stop the mind by putting the story you're attached to on paper. Amazing. Onto a Judge Your Neighbor worksheet. There's a portion of your stressful mind stopped. Even though it may still be screaming in your head. And now put the statements up against inquiry. Ask the 4 questions. Turn your statements around. That's it. You're the one who sets yourself free. I love we get to do that. That great question. What do I do with this suffering? How do I work with trouble? How can I be with problems without denying them, pretending they aren't there? attacking them, getting rid of them. So all those are possibilities, but I keep noticing they haven't worked. So if we investigate and just open, like let it be there, let ourselves say, okay, I am troubled. I feel troubled in this situation about these things. And just see what comes up to the surface. There might be a lot of things, says the mind. Might be all these different predicaments and situations and people that aren't quite right or really not right. You just start with the one that comes all the way up, bubbling to the top, or just pick one. Feel in the body. As your mind looks around at what you've experienced, what's bothering you. What kind of snags? Do you love the way the mind goes back and it's like, well, let's review that again. What happened? Let me see. It just wants to go there. So a spirit of actually welcoming that trouble. It's here, nothing I can do about it really. That's the reality. So as you look and see what's bothering you, what's bothered you, and let yourself pick that one person or that one incident, that situation that looks like a problem. If you got to really name that problem, just listen to the voice that's saying, I don't like this. This is disturbing. Make this go away. What does it say is the reason why it's a trouble? You know, I'm upset, I'm disturbed in this situation because, and see what comes out. What's the answer? Letting the voice talk. No shame, no guilt. I'm just noticing. Yeah, and you can share in the chat if you want. And you can even share out loud. But Ludo says, I wish Mom were still alive. She passed away some months ago and I miss her very much. Yeah, that's such a good one. Yeah. I wish she was still alive. Huge. Loss is such a, something was here and now it's gone, including people that we love. It was here and now it's gone. Or something isn't here and I wish it would come into my life. It's never been here, but I would really want it. And Anne says, I wish my body was smaller and had less pain. Yeah, there's too much of this thing I'm looking at. too much pain, too much sighs. Robin, I wish my doctor would listen to me. I wish he would respond after I've had the 7th ER visit. I wish he wouldn't belittle me. Really good one. Yeah. Yeah. Person, I'm sad that my partner is too busy, frantic, and scattered. Ah, so good. Yeah. Donnie, I wish our prime minister will step down. He creates so much damage. So powerful, influential people in the world. Anat, I want to love my life more. I'm not loving my life when it looks like this. I need more. I love the willingness to just notice that. I need more. I must make a list. I need more of this. Then I'd love it. I need more of this. I need less of that. Yeah. So I love that. Maybe we'll go there. You know, I need more. Just watching what you want more of, even if it's more time with your mother who died. Yeah. Almaz, I must call her and I don't want to. Yeah. Really love the ones that say, I must, I have to. But and seeing, you know, whatever that is there, there's no choice. And then also letting yourself just see, and I don't want to, because what's the danger? I don't want to make this call because what's the worst that could happen? We do, speaking of just feelings, making contact with feelings, disturbance. Donnie, I need life to be different than what it is. Yeah. Where do I begin? I can just make such a good list on that one. This could be adjusted and that could be added, and this could be taken away and subtracted, and this over here is really bad, and this is just a little bit could be improved. It's just noticing the way the mind runs. So great. And I think, you know, seeing, just respecting in a way that voice. It's talking about whatever it's saying. Sometimes there's such a quickness into, I shouldn't even have that thought. It means something about me. There's been a mistake or whatever it does next. Just seeing, wow, I'm upset because. So just noticing that number one on the Judge Your Neighbor worksheet, like here's something that I see and I don't like it. It's a problem. Alma's, good one. If I don't call her, I'll lose her as a friend. I will be alone. Which is great to see. I'll lose this person as a friend. And why is that a bad thing? I'll be alone. Don't like that. I don't like that. That's the image that comes about where predicting the future will go. Not a good place. So as you're looking at this, beautiful, all these, like seeing, noticing something, this is a great, immense objection, or even just a small one. Really don't like it. How do you want what you're looking at to change? If you just got to speak in any way that that voice might speak, having a complete fit, that screaming voice, or that sad, really upset, hurt voice. I want whatever I'm looking at, you fill in the blank. I want that to, how do you want it to change? No shame in whatever's there. Just hearing, listening. If it went just the best way possible, how do I want it to change? Now, Ludo, I want Mom to be still alive. Love that. Yeah. So simple. I want her to be alive. I don't want the condition it's in now, the absence of this. I want it to be here. I want her to be here, alive. And Anne, I want a more comfortable body to live in and with and through. Yeah. Krista, I made a mistake, and now my nephew's chosen to give his dog an abortion and wants me to keep my mistake quiet. I wish I could do it over. Yeah, I want to undo the whole order of events. I want to do it over again. It's like to notice how much I'm against what's happened, and I want it to change. I just want none of it. Okay to see that. Powerful. And painful. Okay. Robin, I want my doctor to listen to me. I want his practice to open up services for their patients who've been in the ER. I want him to not tell them they have to wait 4 to 6 months and aren't allowed to talk to anyone there until that appointment. I want this to be better for everyone. Yeah, I want communication. I don't want to wait. Good. Yeah. I want to love him the way he is and not want him to change all the time. Such a sweet one, because there he is being himself. I might be seeing what I want to have different, and then I'm also seeing how this mind is working, and I want that to change. demanding myself change. I'm demanding it change, mine to change. Okay. So I love doing the whole judge your neighbor worksheet when there's something really in predicament, because wow, how incredible to identify so simply and directly what it is, what's the trouble. Because the mind is so fast, at least if yours is like mine. It's fast and images and wonderings and spending time looking over here and then looking over there, and just really puts it on that paper, brings it into clarity, stops the racing. And so, holding that and identifying the shoulds and the shouldn'ts, the advice you'd give to help that thing change that you're staring at, that keeps bothering you, that reoccurs to you, that's happened, that caused disturbance. Where's my advice so that the change could happen? Should or shouldn't, and what do I need from life, that person, that situation? What do I really need? What do I need from them? It seems to be missing. So just notice, so let yourself be the listener, unedited. Just love that. It's so freeing. Speaking like you're like a raging 12-year-old just screaming, or a 2-year-old, if that's what it feels like, or heartbroken, just so heartbroken. So they should, I need, I want, how do I want them to change? I'm looking at what's upsetting. And see what seems really like it's just got so much charge. It just, that feels so, yeah, if that happened, things would be better. Notice. And see if you want to do the work. Who wants to do the work? I love it. Ludo, great. Love it, my dear. I love whoever's doing the work, they're the spokesperson in a way for this, situation. You get to do yours too. It's kind of wonderful. All right, Ludo. So share with us a concept that you're noticing is causing suffering for you.
That mom passed away.
Mm.
I miss her, and so I wish she hadn't died, and I wish that she were here, still alive.
Okay.
And should I read the shoulds? Am I? Would you like me to read the shoulds or
Sure.
the want?
Why don't you share them with us? Yeah.
So okay, the want was I want mom to be still alive, to be at home with her arms open so that I can go and be with her. And I want mom to be there for me. And then shoulds, mom should be alive. She should be at home. She should be able to answer the phone. She should be there for me. She should open her arms for me. She should not have died. She shouldn't have had a stroke. She shouldn't have left me. She should help me.
Okay. I love it.
Pretty basic.
Yes. So good. So simple in a way, just no explanation needed. Never really is. It just, yeah. I want her to be alive. Oh, I want her to be alive. I wish she was still here. So,
I just,
yeah. Yeah. So everybody can find, if something is gone, it doesn't have to be a person by death, but if something is gone and you wish it was back, that condition or that love, that excitement, happiness, some other way that you just wish, oh, I wish it would be that other way. Being communicated with, being attended to. Robin's kind of sharing that. I want that doctor to be there for me. I want this person to be attending to me. I wish she was here. I wish she was here. So find your own situation of where you've got proof of that you wish this someone or something was here, this other way. Even a wonderful political state of the country. I wish that other way was the way it was, not this way. Even thinness, health. Okay. All right, Ludo. So you wish your mom was still here. Is that true? Mm, I think Ludo might be frozen. She might have to log back in. All right, someone else, if anyone else is following this exact same one, I wish they were still here. I wish it was like it was before. I wish it was that other way. You can even just share in the chat if you don't want to do that out loud, and we'll see what happens here with this. Here she comes.
I think the connection, I don't
Yes,
know, there was something about the connection and I had
yes,
to
it's
try to
okay.
get
We saw you.
inside.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
saw you freeze. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah.
So yes, I
Okay.
wish she were here. She wasn't
Yeah.
alive. It's true.
So can you absolutely know that you wish she was still here? I mean, check to see. Can you absolutely know it's true she's not here?
No,
Mm,
no,
isn't that
I
amazing?
cannot be sure.
No, don't really know. Don't really know. Yeah. So what happens when you think it? I wish she was here. She's not here. She died. What happens when you see it that way, when you think that thought?
Which I think most of the time, by the way. I feel lost. I feel like a small child again. I feel totally lost and disoriented. I don't like my life. Actually, I think this is no life because she's not there, because mom is not there.
Mm,
So I do what's expected of me, go to work, and the things that you do every day. But there's no joy in anything I do.
Mm.
And there's a sense that it's the end. It's finished. Everything is finished. She will never come back. I
Yeah.
will never see her again. So
No.
it's like something
Yeah.
over, finished. A sense of
Yeah. Yeah.
loss.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's not powerful to
And
see. Yeah.
and the body feels, um, a sense of emptiness in my stomach. Um, Sometimes I lose track of time, or look around and I can't remember where I am. If I'm outside in the street, it's just a thought takes me completely away from where I am, the present, moment. Um,
Mm.
and and a sense of pain all over.
What kind of
And
images come to you about the future? Like,
oh, zero. Like nothing to be expected, nothing to be hoped for.
yeah.
It's like the end of everything. It's really strange, by the way, because in the past there would be like even a small thing, but a small project, something to look forward to. Whereas now there's nothing to look forward to.
And yeah.
It's so pervasive. There's
Yes.
no joy in even thinking about something that I might do in the future when I retire, for example. There's no joy,
Yeah.
no joy whatsoever.
Isn't that so? It's just such an amazing thing to see that it just, like, yeah, that it feels, it touches everything about how I'm seeing the future, that it's gone and it's lost and there's nothing to look forward to and it's over.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Which is
yeah.
okay. I mean, yeah. So my mother died. I wish she was still here. And notice the images if she was still here, like how your mind will show you the alternative.
Oh
If she
yeah,
was, yeah, what that would look like.
much brighter. Looking forward to when I can see her again, because I don't live in the same place, so I would travel to see her. Also, beautiful moments in the day when I called her, for example, in the evening, things that I cannot do anymore. So if Mum was there, there'd be a lot to do, a lot to look forward to,
Sweet.
and the rest of my life would be more joyful. The other things that I do and I do not share with her,
Yes.
um, like job, work, etc. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just because she's there. Um, Everything is colorful.
Isn't that
Yeah,
great to see? Even if I'm living in another city, another town, I'm completely far away, and there's all those hours and minutes that I would spend without them even present. Even if you do live with somebody and off you go to your different things during the day, there's all those hours when you aren't even with them when they were
yeah,
living. But
yeah,
it doesn't matter. It's like just knowing that they're there. There's
yeah,
something about that, just knowing they're there.
yeah. Her eyes, her smile, everything,
Yeah.
presence.
Yes.
Being able to hug her, um, make meals, cook meals for her with her, things like that.
Yes.
Simple things
Yeah.
that we used to share.
It's beautiful. It's like seeing all those images of the things that I've loved so much sharing, and just knowing that that's there. I want to hold it and
Yeah,
make want that's to still be there, and it's not there anymore, says the
Yeah,
mind. Not there.
the intimacy and yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. I miss that very much.
Yeah. Okay. So what if you couldn't think this thought? I wish she was still here, and that she isn't here. I mean, I know the body isn't here. Looks like it. The body's not here, but who would you be if you weren't able to think she should still be here? And we're not in denial. It's noticing something's, something has changed, something's passed, and the person's no longer here in physical body. But what if
I don't know, maybe less painful if I didn't have this thought. Maybe it wouldn't feel so painful.
remember what it was like when you were just moving about your daily life, and your mother lived in another city, another place. So she wasn't there in her body, but you knew she was alive. And you just have that feeling. I know she's over there, even though I don't see her and her body isn't anywhere near in sight, And just the difference, just noticing the difference with she isn't located somewhere now. But actually, when you were before, I find this quite interesting. You didn't really know exactly where she was at any given moment. Like she could be standing in her kitchen, or she could be sitting in a chair, or she might be looking out the window. You have no idea really where she is, what she's doing. You just had the sense she's alive.
Yeah, I could picture her in my mind in
Yes, yes,
corners of the house, which I knew. Yeah,
yes. So isn't it interesting to see you can still picture her in your mind now? And you have that, it's so precious and so vivid, and, so like just close. Without the thought, I know she's gone. She died. Without the thought, she died. Still see, I mean, that the picture is still there, the image present.
yeah, yeah. I still picture her.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like, in fact, you might even picture her more right now than you used
Oh
to.
yeah. Well, actually,
Yeah.
it's all the time.
More like I'm having more mother in a way, more awareness of my love for my mother, just something so connected. All these things described, hugging, and how much this person was there for you
Yeah,
in your life. Maybe still is, for all we know, still is. They might not have needed a body to be there for you, because they didn't need a body to be there for you when you were doing your life, day to
going
day,
to work. Yeah,
going to work, leaving your house, coming back from home, from work, doing all the things you did. She didn't have to be with you, like right there, walking with you to work and going back, she didn't need to. So, that was fine. Didn't need to be with you. In fact, it would have even been strange if she was with you all the time, physically.
yeah,
So I love that. Just could it be okay that her not being with you is fitting somehow, in a body that is just not required. To still have the love, the connection.
Yeah, that is true.
Isn't that just amazing to see? I don't know. I just find it amazing. I mean, somebody doesn't have to be here, like sitting next to me, for me to feel love for them or feel the peace about their presence or appreciation for their life. Like they don't even have to have a body. It's just, and it feels wild to me. I'm like, wow, it's crazy. Seems like it would be better if they had it, but I don't know if it's really required,
Oh yes, love is here, it's there, it's everywhere. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
So I love the turnaround. I wish I was still here.
I know. Yeah,
Like,
I wish I was still here.
so
Not going after, following thoughts and forgetting where I in the street. Yeah,
yeah,
I know.
yeah,
I know.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay to have all those images, and it seems like that's how minds do what they do. I'm not wrong, but I'm wishing for just this self present. I love how you just said that. Yeah, I'm just like, I just fall into all these images and everything that it means and how it's gone, goneness. I'm just focused on absence and the terrible future or a sad future.
Yes.
Yeah. So I wish I was here. Say a little more about that, like an example. I love what you found, but yeah, I should be here for myself and be alive.
Well,
I should be alive.
I try to be. I go to work and I always prepare my classes. So I try to do as much as I can, even if my thoughts go somewhere else. But I try to come back and be ready for class all the time. Um, um, I try to cope as as much as I can with this transition.
Yes.
And when I'm in the classroom or online, when I teach online, I am with my students and with the topics that we discuss. So I'm here.
Isn't that great to notice how much you are actually here? That you just don't recognize it since these other images are coming and pictures of the future and this profound, transition of a mother dying. It's great to notice how much you actually are here for yourself.
Yeah, I go to grocery shop
Yeah.
and cook my meals, and I'm still alive and taking care of myself as much
Yeah.
as I can.
Yeah.
So yes, of course, the body's here, and my actions are here now. So that is true.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that, like doing this work myself from my father dying so long ago, over 30 years, and remembering just all the visits in the hospital and him having cancer and realizing, looking back on the situation, like I still, if I'm hanging out in the hospital room, I still got a glass of water, or my sisters and I went and got sandwiches for lunch, or that we came and went to the bathroom. I wasn't, I was still just following the simple directions of being
Right.
present for what was
Things to do every day. Yes.
yes,
As
yeah,
we keep going. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's kind of sweet. And sometimes talking about like whatever somebody comes in and we're talking about the crows on the windowsill or somebody nothing to do with this absence or this terrible grief. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was still here and I am still here
Yes.
and I want me to be alive.
That's another turnaround. Yes. Want me to be alive. Yeah.
Yes, me to be alive. Yeah, yeah. And I am, which is great to see. I am alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
So how about another turnaround? Like funny, but I don't wish she was still here. Maybe she already is. Like yeah, I don't have this wish. Could that be true? Just see if there's any
That
example.
she were not alive. I wish she were not.
Yeah, go on there. I don't wish she was alive.
I don't wish she was alive.
Yeah, can you find anything that makes sense to you that it's given you or brought to you or made you aware of, or even just the tiniest thing, even if it doesn't see anything by comparison of this thing that's lost, but just something about it that could be, interesting or a benefit or
Well, when Mom had the stroke, she felt, I didn't realize that, but she felt that she would go soon. She told me.
ah,
And so I'm not sure she wanted to go, but
mhm,
she was worried about, leaving children, etc.
uh-huh,
But then the body, rests, and I could tell, she needed to rest and sleep. She would sleep most of the time until gradually she went. And so, that was the way it was. She was going anyway. So it's she should not be here if she was meant to go, of course.
well, I love that example. It's just like this, just looking and seeing what's so, and I like what's the reality, there she goes. And I know when I argue with reality, I lose. It's hard. Yeah, I suffer.
So
Good
that's
reason. Yeah.
an example. Should not be here.
Is
Ah,
is there a benefit for not being here on planet Earth?
a benefit from Mum not being here.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know. I've been writing, and this is, but I don't know. She, out of a loss, sometimes there's a lot of, writing of poetry or prose or,
Wow.
things that come,
Yeah.
reading or rereading authors that somehow are inspiring because they speak to you about what you're going through. And so perhaps that's also a good thing. I can't see many advantages right now, but
Yeah. But that's beautiful. Like even just that little piece of like there's creativity that's born out of this. There's an expression, there's grief, and there's sharing. It's fine. I'm not alone. Other people.
exactly. That was the other
Yeah.
point that's something that you can share with people. Uh,
Yeah.
Majority of people I know have lost their parents, at least one. And so actually,
Wow.
the other day, I got into the classroom and I'm teaching adults, and there was a woman. She was my first student actually. This lady, she just lost her father, and she started to cry. We were alone in the classroom waiting for the others to come. And I thought maybe, I don't know, maybe if you've been through something also recently, uh, perhaps, I don't know, this could be some use for other people as well. You can be a listening presence there for someone who is suffering. So she actually spoke to me about her father and the sudden loss, etc. So that could be also something, a
beautiful.
small advantage. Having lost your mom makes you understanding, let's say, towards other people who have
Yeah,
lost, and vice versa. You feel that you can share your own loss with others.
so
It's just
sweet.
as I've done today with you.
Yes, love that. Yeah, yeah, beautiful. Oh my goodness. And how about for,
And also makes you humble because we all go there somehow. The body, it's it's going to happen to everybody, and
yes,
to me too, of course, to this body too.
yeah,
And so somehow I'm grieving loss of mom, and at the same time I know that life is precious. She loved life, and so I know because this journey of mine is going to end too with the body.
yeah,
So I can also celebrate, sky, the sun, whatever, spring in this hemisphere at least,
yeah.
and yeah,
Isn't that
because
beautiful? Yeah, incredible appreciation for what's still here for you and that this is temporary
anything,
also. Yeah,
yeah, anything that touches our senses, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
that's true.
awesome. Love that. And I love the turnaround to the other. I wish she was still here. She wishes I was still here.
Yeah, mum wanted to see me happy. I'm sure of that.
Yeah, yeah.
She was happy when I was.
Aw,
She would want me to be as happy as I can. Yeah, I'm sure.
yes. So, yeah, her greatest wish would be for you to,
Well, yeah,
yeah, for you to be there and
it takes a little to
yeah,
adjust to the idea. I don't
yeah.
know, but yes, it's true. It's true.
Well, I love that. And I really learned this from Katie, speaking about death and like the heartbreak. It's just breaking your heart, breaking right open. It leads to so much. It's gratitude. And how do we know that's not love? It's like so much love for what's been with this person, and that it's temporary. And all of us working with the impermanence of everything, the
Yes.
change. Don't I want to be at peace with that? Because that's reality. Everything changing.
Ever changing. Yeah.
Yes, everything changing every moment, but the love doesn't have to be temporary. So I'm, connected, very, very connected. I also love that idea of like every time you think of her, which is a lot lately, it's more than ever, more and differently, more profoundly, and more just deeply than it was, last year.
Tenderly. Yeah.
Yes. And so it's just bringing this deep connection. It's greater, it's more alive, this connection, than it has been. So it's brought so much, it's every time you think of her, it's like, oh yes, there's my mother, and I might have it instead of, oh, the absence, because the mind will be like, oh, I'm missing that, but actually here it is visiting, and who, for all we know, it could be, it's truly a visitation,
Mm.
right there, yeah, with you,
Yes.
very, very much with you.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So sweet, Ludo. It's such an amazing inquiry, one of the first I ever did. Yeah, just the matter of life or death.
Thank you very much, Grace, and thank everybody for being here and listening to
Yeah.
my story.
Yeah. Well, thank
Very
you so
grateful.
much. Thank you so much. Yeah. Just very sweet. Anyone want to share or feedback, what you took from that? I love that Anne's sharing because her son died. My son would want me to be alive. And I'm glad he's not suffering and doesn't have to go through losing us. I mean, isn't that something? Helps me realize I'm not in control and I'm not God. Oof, yeah. Yeah, Robin.
I just want to say thank you, Ludo.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
Mm,
you.
yes.
Yeah, this was really beautiful and tender for me too. Really appreciate it. And I think, just realizing that perhaps they're closer than ever. And that what I loved about having him here is the love that I felt. And I still feel that more than ever. And that's really all that matters, is that love.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't trade anything for having had that, even knowing the pain. Just so grateful to have had him in the world, for 17 years.
Right.
And I haven't gone through losing a parent. I don't know what that's like yet. But yeah, thank you for walking us through that. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it really is.
Thank you. And thank you, Grace, for helping me along.
Yeah. Yeah, beautiful to bring that, when it's only 2 months passing, and I don't know, just beautiful. Yeah. Kirsten, did you have anything? Saw you over there.
Oh yeah, I was just typing. Yeah, I wanted to chime in and thank Ludo as well. I really connected with the mystery of my mother, and it's been 36 years. That was so sweet, so precious. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you, Kristen. Thank you. Thank you.
Isn't that beautiful? It's so still, I just got tinglings all over. Like it looks like that many years in Earth time, and it's so vibrant right now. It's so deep. Timeless. It's timeless. Yeah. Oh, how sweet. Yeah. What a journey. Thank you, Ludo. Thank you, everyone. All the
Thank
listeners.
you, everybody.
Yeah, all of it. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy your precious life.
Thank you, Grace.
Yeah, lots of love.
Thank you, Grace.
Bye.
Thank you.